we are back for another episode of Manny Money. And for those who are not here for the fact, Manny Money is an opportunity for me to talk about to my family friends about moment of epiphany, things that I learned throughout the week, some quotables, and just go off a list. Go off a list of topics, and I talk about those topics in the video. One of the topics is the title of this video, and the rest of the topics is the description of this video. But if you want the topics as I release, also in the description of the video is my Instagram, right? So I post that list on Friday, and on Monday, being the day this video is uploaded, I do a Manny Monday, right? But without further ado, I'll be reading off that list, talking off that list, description of this video, follow along, and let's get right into it. First thing on the list is the gold standard. The gold standard is you. You are the gold standard. The way that I carry myself, the way that I do and I maneuver, independent of everyone and everything, is essentially the gold standard. But in order to be in tune with the gold standard, you have to understanding what success is, right? So success is a metric in which you measure happiness, in which you measure yourself succeeding, so you measure accomplishments that's independent of anyone else. It can share some of those same values, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the same exact thing, right? So for example, for me, as you're driving for professionalism, right, is, let's say if I'm going to something, I know that it's a very formal event, I put on a suit, I put on a tie, and that's me dressing for a formal event. For someone else, they may not feel that same way. They may even think like, hey, maybe he's overdoing it, man. It's not this, it's not that. But I take enough pride in the way that I carry myself, the way that I wear that suit, the way that I come, the way I present myself, that I don't need to subscribe to someone else's notion or the way that they do things, right? Because their metric isn't at my metric, right? I have my own sense of gold standard, and I don't have to do the same shit that they're doing, right? And it's not to say that what they're doing is wrong, it just doesn't align with my gold standard. So I encourage you to look inward, see what is that gold standard for you, the way that characterizes yourself, the thing that makes you you, and to abide by that, right? And I think that's another thing I'm talking about, I'm really hinting at with this gold standard, is your core values. What is core to you in your existence that you're like, you know what, I can't bend the knee on this. This is me, this is how I'm coming, and I need the people around me to be supportive of that. And even if they don't really get or really understand it, they have to respect it at the end of the day, right? Gold standard. Second thing I have on the list is don't finish the movie, right? So you ever had an instance where you're watching a film, I'm talking about myself right now, watching a film, this happened 2 nights in a row, I'm watching a movie, horror movie at night, and I'm like, you know what, this ain't it. But I get into the trap of like, I should finish it because I'm an hour and a half in, I'm 2 hours in, and even though this film isn't it, I should see how it ends. And to that, I say plainly, fuck it. Why persist with a film that just isn't getting you anywhere just because I feel like I'm just like, oh, I have to be committed to the journey? And so don't finish the film, and it's just a phrase, it's just a highlight, and it's something that I really can just apply to my life, or just things that I figure that I'm so far gone in or so committed to that I just have to see it through. And I think that's a false sense of reality. Yes, we do have responsibilities, and you don't want to be negligent on that, but the things that don't matter, those branches in our life when we're looking for the roots in the trees, is like, why I'm so committed to this idea that I can't essentially move on, or to just essentially just quit that and do something more productive, do what I'm interested in. So what I'm telling you, but I'm also telling myself, is never get so lost in the idea of just doing something that I lose sense of the reason why I'm doing it in the first place. To actually get enjoyment out of it, to get those scares, I mean, in reference to horror movies, And then once I lose task of the mission, why even continue with it? And I think this applies not only with the movie, for example, but you can apply this to the jobs, you can apply this to clubs, you can apply this to relationships. Is like we go into things with an idea of like, this is what I got into it for, right? But it's okay to either take back or not go along with it anymore if the objective of what you went in there for doesn't align with the values that you have currently, right? Why would we progress? Why would we stay committed in something that isn't committed to us or doesn't serve the purpose that we want it to serve, right? And I say that very selfishly, very, very selfishly. I do think for the purpose of being beneficial to me, and if it's not beneficial to me, it's like, what the point? So in that summary of things, I'm known rambling at this point, it's just like, don't finish the movie. So I exit out and I did something that was just more productive of my time. You know, yes, it was only like 20 minutes till I go to bed or whatever at 10, and I'm gonna talk about that next point, but it's like, yeah, you don't have to finish that movie. Turn off the TV. Third thing on the list is 5 a.m. There's barking in the background, but I'm committed. Okay, we had to briefly pause for a second because there was just so much fucking barking in the background. I couldn't even focus, but let's get right into it. 5 a.m. So I recently started this thing where I get up at 5 a.m. and it's been tough. It's been tough, not gonna lie. Because in order to get up at 5 a.m., I have to go to sleep at 10 p.m. at night, every night. But why I'm doing this, like, what's the purpose this to serve? So going to sleep at 10 p.m., waking up at 5, means that I'm now able to go to the gym before work. And it took a little bit of a minute because first I didn't even wake up. So the first half of the week, I didn't even wake up at 5 a.m. I was just making sure that I was in bed by 10. So first it was like 10:30, 10:20. Then I finally was able to go to sleep at 10. And then now it's like the day in which I had to really get up at 5 a.m. to be able to produce and go to the gym. And having done that, I had a great start to my day, be able to go to the gym, do chest day. But then now following after that, to be able to have breakfast and then inevitably go to work. So I look forward to being able to really take back my time and not only getting up that early on the days that I work, but then also being able to get up that early just every day and making it part of my lifestyle, because you just you miss out on so much just staying in bed all day, right? Granted, if that's you and you just want to sleep in, spend however you want to spend your time, right? And it's not even wasteful because it's like you're doing something that you enjoy and it's something that you take pride in, right? But me, I like to get up early, I like to best utilize my day and have many days within my day, right? Spend some time reading, spend some time playing games, spend some more time reading, maybe even ride my bike. Maybe not so much on the bike riding because it's been snowing a lot in Chicago recently. Oh my god, it's so fucking trash. Why does it snow? It's like Thanksgiving this week. But yeah, being able to do side missions and side quests and do things that I enjoy, because I do feel a lot of my time is dedicated towards work, and whether I'm working, commuting back and forth, but that time that I really do get to myself to just do me, I really appreciate, right? And outside of like the 5 a.m. thing, I really realized that I really do like the seclusion, especially like with on the weekends, and just being able to just be me, not having to really go any place. Granted, like if my friends go out and we do something, or I take the initiative and stuff like that, but to really be in oneself and just to do the things that you love during that time, and to not have to worry about anyone or anything, right? I think I said in a previous comment on a previous video, someone asked me what do I think I'm great at, and I talked about this thing previously, and great at being dependable, right? But I also just being on my own. And I felt like everything I do right now, in the present and the future, is to get me back to those moments where I can just be me, do the things that I love, right? And that's, of course, the reading, the gaming, the writing, Spanish lessons, and drugs classes sprinkled in between. Oh shit, I haven't paid for my drug class. Without further ado, thank you for being here for another episode of Manny Monday. You made it this far. Like, subscribe, share. Be sure to check out my catalog of videos. This is currently episode 38. I want to say 38 or 39. One of those. If it's not neither one of those, then I'm terrible at math, and I admit that, right? But you have a blessed day, and of course, as always, jaritos on me.